Hello. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks. Took a little break from YouTube. I wasn't particularly thrilled about their new policy on advertising channels and monetization. I'll explain. I have been busy. I've been creating my new office, my new desk, my new computer for editing. It should be a faster turnaround and a faster workflow and allow me to really upload and create more faster, which is always better, always good. I want to explain this new policy as best I can. YouTube has changed its monetization policies. The ad that plays before videos on YouTube, that advertisement has to be paid for, obviously, and 60% of the revenue from that advertisement goes to the creator, which would be me in this case. The remaining 40% go directly to YouTube or YouTube's parent company, Google. Now, this has all changed. Prior to this new policy, anyone with a YouTube account or a Google account, a Gmail, who doesn't have a Gmail, was able to monetize their YouTube channel and add advertisements to their videos and start collecting that revenue. Now, what they have changed is you now have to have 10,000 views on your channel before you can monetize it. That hurts a lot of up-and-coming YouTubers, and you're probably asking, why did they make this change? There were a few articles that came out in the news a couple of weeks ago, and it featured YouTube videos with extremist activity. There were terrorist videos and videos with hate speech. Alongside those videos were advertisements. A lot of big advertising companies have pulled their advertisements from the platform, from YouTube, over this. The most notable being AT&T, Verizon, Johnson & Johnson. A lot of them pulled their advertising from YouTube because they didn't want their products or services featured next to this type of activity, these types of videos, and I can't blame them. YouTube, in an effort to bring these advertisers back, has created the new policy that requires 10,000 channel views. At that point, you can apply to have your channel monetized, and then you can start making that revenue. But to be honest, that's not the thing that hurts YouTube the most. Due to the massive boycott of ads on YouTube, the career YouTubers that are on YouTube right now are now making 70% less than they were 3 weeks ago. This makes it insanely hard for someone to become a career YouTuber if they are not already. This new policy creates more of a gap between the up-and-coming YouTubers, the amateurs like me, and the career YouTubers that already have an established channel and don't need the 10,000 channel views. They've got millions. Now, luckily I have a full-time job here in St. George that I love very much, so financially this doesn't affect me almost at all. But it's still, you have to imagine that there were creators out there entertaining the idea of making YouTube their full-time career, and that's just not an option anymore. Anyways, I had a request to do a video on my video gear, on my film gear and video editing, computers and programs, and just kind of my process, how I get a video from pre-production to post-production. This video is just going to be kind of a low-level gear review, everything that I use. Anything that I show you in the video will be linked in the description down below. I don't want to include any prices because prices on technology change so frequently, and I buy these things because they're tools. I buy them to complete a task. I don't buy them to make a statement about who I am or how much money I have. I'm not wealthy by any means, and so I buy things because I love creating, I love uploading, and I want to create the best possible video for you. I'm going to start with a cool clip I filmed in Cleveland 2 days ago. It has nothing to do with the video, however, I rarely start a video without a little introduction, so this one's not going to be any different. I'm going to start that now. So let's just get right into it. This is my daily shooter, my daily video camera, if you will. It's a Canon T4i. The reason I chose this camera is because it has this nice flip-out touch screen that flips all the way around, allows me to quickly choose the point to focus to make sure that my face is always in focus. It's super lightweight, but still feels like it could take a drop if it needed to. It utilizes Canon's EFS mount, which is really, really nice as it has autofocus that is the fastest I've ever seen. I pair it with the Canon 10 to 18 millimeter at 4.5 to 5.6. Now, this lens is the cheapest wide-angle lens that Canon makes, but I gotta tell you, it is amazing. It uses their silent transition motor, or STM, autofocus motor, to autofocus but completely silently. Now, to hook it up to the camera, obviously with any DSLR, it's very easy. This camera can utilize any of the EF or EFS lens mounts. I do have an adapter that allows me to use my Nikon lenses as well. When I'm vlogging, though, that flip-out screen is amazing. When you turn the camera on, you can see yourself, obviously, and I love this camera, love everything about it. It's got that side microphone port there, which allows me to easily plug in my microphone when I'm filming. My slightly bigger, bulkier camera is the Nikon D7000. Now, I always pair this camera with this particular lens, which is just an 18 to 105 millimeter at 3.5 to 5.6. It does have the built-in vibration reduction, however, it does not have a silent autofocus motor, and in fact, it is quite loud, and so when I'm filming with this camera, I'm generally filming things without audio that I can use later. This is my microphone. Now, this is just a cheap microphone I found on Amazon to increase my audio capabilities. I didn't really spend a whole lot on it, and for that reason, the quality is a little bit lacking. It did come with the dead cat, which is that fuzzy thing on the outside, and that keeps the wind out when I'm filming out during the day. Next, we have my new drone. It's the DJI Mavic Pro. It has a full 4K camera there on the front with a 3-axis gimbal that is truly amazing. That B-roll footage in the beginning there, that introduction that I used, was shot on this drone. It has obstacle avoidance and an enhanced system that allows it to track how far away it is from the operator and bring itself back if it needs to. The battery is removable, which is an amazing feature, and it folds up to about the size of a DSLR camera. It allows me to simply put it in my backpack and forget about it. I really do enjoy that drone. Next up, we have the Joby GorillaPod. Now, this is the heaviest lightweight GorillaPod that they make, and I know that sounds kind of weird to say, but it is true. It has a bunch of little tiny balls that allow the tripod legs to bend and force flex around things. Now, it is really sturdy. It can hold my camera and wrap around, poles, bars, or stand straight up as a traditional tripod. Now, with the tripod, it comes with a ball head. I have 2 GoPros. I have a GoPro Hero 3 and a GoPro Hero 1. Now, I use these primarily when I'm rock climbing to record things, but sometimes it is nice to just take the GoPro out instead of having to lug around the big DSLR camera. Next up, we have the LG 360 cam. Now, I featured this in one of my videos that I did. It's an amazing little gadget. I'm not sure that it's 100% there yet, but the technology is coming along. It allows you to take a full 360-degree photo or video at the click of a button. This is just a rotating tripod head that I bought. Very, very cheap and awesome. It allows me to get these really cool time lapses that I can use to pan over time. It also allows me to get a really nice panning shot in real time. This is my new office. I just went to IKEA and got some tables there. I have a little gear shelf over here, and it's where I keep most of my camera gear and chargers. I try to label everything as well as possible. This is my laptop. It's a Sony Vaio, and I really do like it. It comes with an Intel Core i7 processor, and then also a dedicated NVIDIA graphics card with 2 GB of additional graphics RAM. It is a digitized touchscreen, so it has a pressure-sensitive pen, and it works alongside the Adobe Creative Suite with Illustrator and Photoshop. My new desktop is a custom build here. It's has 32 GB of RAM, an Intel Core i7 processor, and an NVIDIA GTX 960. It's a 4 GB graphics card with a ton of CUDA cores that really allow me to take advantage of the entirety of the processing power of this computer. It has cut my editing time in half. As far as displays go right now, I'm currently using an Insignia 32-inch 1080p TV and an HP 2009M, which is just a very cheap monitor that I got. I also have a full Dolby 5.1 surround sound system in this room, and that allows me to hear my own voice in disgustingly high levels. This is a Microsoft Surface tablet, and I use this for pre-production, so I'll look up facts and little tidbits. This is just another shot of my gear room here. I did go ahead and move that climbing gear wall into this room, and then added a little bit of a camera gear wall as well, just for some tripod supports. But this is my office. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a great day. I'll see you next time.